Hey you guys, and welcome back to my channel. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Nikki, and for those of you that do, thank you so much for coming back for another video. Don't forget to subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and hit the notification bell so that you're notified anytime I upload a video. Although it hasn't been so frequently lately, which I know. Don't fuss. I know this video has been long overdue. I was supposed to film it about, I would say 2 weeks ago. It's probably been 2 weeks. This is going on 3 weeks now since I've gotten my wires tightened, and I have another appointment coming up soon. But anyway, we're gonna get into all of that. So yes, you guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to another video. This is going to be episode 2 of my braces journey. So you guys, I got my braces put on, my top braces. I got those put on first, and I actually got those put on January 27th to be exact, was when my braces journey started. And then I got my bottom ones put on March the 18th. So it's been almost 3 weeks. And so the time is flying, y'all. So I ended up getting my bottoms put on and my top one tightened on March 18th. That was my second appointment. So we're going to talk about my experience with my second appointment. So if you guys want to know more, if you're contemplating on getting braces, you have braces, none of this is probably new to you. You're probably very familiar with this information. But if you're hesitant, you want to get braces and you're not sure, then this video is for you. So just keep following along my braces journey. So let's get into it. Alright you guys, so episode 2 of my braces journey. So as I said in the intro, I did get my bottom braces put on March 18th, and I got my top wires tightened. If my mouth, the tongue was a little red, y'all, I just ate something I wasn't supposed to eat. So yeah, my eyes might be a little red. So yes, I got my top braces, my top wires tightened, and I got my bottom braces put on. Overall, I will say the pain, let's start with pain level. So when I went back for my second appointment, I thought that over time, like, oh, the braces, it's gonna get much easier, it's gonna get a little better, the pain's gonna be a bit more manageable, but I was completely wrong because the tightening actually, I want to say worse, but to me it was kind of about the same, but a little bit more than actually initially getting them put on the first time. And then just, because like when I first got my braces put on, when I got my top ones, it was fine. And I think it was because I was numb for so long because I had gotten a tooth pull on the bottom, so that's why they held off on putting my bottom braces on. So I think my mouth was still numb, but over the course of like the second, third and fourth day was when I really started to feel that tightness. And that's where I started to feel the pain of having those braces. And I took my ibuprofen, I took everything that my general dentist had prescribed for me for that bottom to help combat the pain of both the soreness and tenderness of getting that tooth pulled, but also help with the tightness and just things I was dealing with the top braces. So I was able to use pain meds to really help combat that, which I still take ibuprofen as needed. I don't like to take too much ibuprofen because it is not really so great for your liver. So I typically try to just limit it to when like day 1 or day 2 of my cycle. That's like twice a month that I'm reaching for ibuprofen because I know it's not like the greatest for you. So yeah, I would say pain-wise, getting the wires tightened was actually a little bit kind of worse than it was when I initially got my braces first put on. Because, I don't know, it just felt like somebody was just taking my teeth and just doing that. And like, they were just, my teeth and the braces were just, like, it was painful. I'm not gonna lie, it was kind of painful. So I ended up having to take some ibuprofen because I was not only trying to adjust to the pain of getting the top wires tightened, but Also, I had to adjust to the bottom ones. Like, I feel like the bottom ones were sticking me in my gums more. So I got my gums scraping against the brackets, stabbing. I got the top. I was in a lot of pain. I was in a lot of pain. And the only thing that was my saving grace was like ice cold water, ice cream, or sorbet. I'm lactose, so I had to do like a dairy-free ice cream, like sorbet. Smoothies help. Anything that's cold help to combat the pain. And that was a tip that I came across when I was doing my research before actually getting my braces, when I was initially in the thinking about it stage. And a lot of people really recommend the ice cold water, ice cream, anything that's cool in sensation, because the wires are heat activated. So anything that was cooling sensation, because the wires that activated by heat, and it makes when you're out, it makes them tighten. So when you have something cool, it kind of releases the pressure of the wires and it gives you a little relief. It's short-lived for a few minutes, but it's enough just to give yourself a break. And you can also take ibuprofen, but I suggest using that sparingly, because it's not something that you should be popping all day every day. I just wouldn't do that. I wouldn't advise that. I'm not a doctor, but it's just something that I don't feel is the most healthiest. So as far as pain, it was painful. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not gonna be one of those people that says, oh, it wasn't that bad. It was painful. It hurt. It really hurt. And I'm actually interested to see how this next one is gonna go, being that I've kind of getting the bottom ones. I've kind of test drove them a little bit and gotten a little bit used to wearing them. So I'm interested to see how the next pack goes. But yes, pain for me was I wouldn't say 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10, 12 out of 10 pain. But I will say this, after a couple days, it got better. So it was like starting over, but then it takes a couple days for the pain to wear off. When I was trying to eat, it felt like when I first got them trying to bite down. You wanna know something that hurt? When you get your wires tightened and you first get braces and you try to bite down into something, I don't care how soft, I don't care how hard it is, just try to bite down into food. And pain, you won't eat for a couple days. So get your smoothies ready, get your little replacement shake, something, because biting down was hard. So I thought that was something that was going to be differently being naive, and it wasn't. It was just like the very first time when I started eating. Granted though, when I first initially got my braces put on, I did not try to eat solid foods like that. Like, I was eating ramen noodles, soup, like little stuff. I didn't even test the waters of trying to bite down into something. I was just eating something that I barely had to chew and I could swallow without getting choked. So yeah, eating is definitely a no-no unless you just high pain tolerance and you a gangster like that. For me, I have to stay away from even like soft bread, stuff like that. I have to stay away from it. I can eat like ramen noodles, soup. I could drink smoothies, and be okay. It's still like a little when I'm trying to a little, but for the most part, actually trying to bite down into something, it's horrible. It hurts. It's uncomfortable. It's painful. So I typically try to stay away from a lot of solids. Now I do eat like the soft muffins, banana, like soft fruit, stuff that's like really soft. And I know I said bread, but like, plus I'm not eating bread, I'm eating a sandwich. So it's something in between the bread, and that's the thing that kind of makes it, hurt a bit. But just stuff that's really soft, like pillow, fluff, cloud, soft food is what I typically gravitate towards when it's like time to get it. When I first got them done, and then when I had to get my wires tightened. Now, I did try when I got my wires tightened to eat a sandwich, and it hurt, and then it was like, okay, you just have to follow what you did when you got your braces first put on. You have to start with things that are super soft. I would recommend the first first 4 days, at least give it 4 days. If you can go 3, you may get by with 3, just depends on your discomfort level, your pain type. Also, you doing the ice cold water, stuff like that. But I usually would recommend to at least give it 4 days, and that way give your mouth time to calm down a little bit, and then you'll be able to start eating the foods that on a regular that you would normally eat, and then you're fine. Like after you get through those initial first 3 to 4 painful days, you're fine. Like give yourself like some time, give your mouth some time to adjust and calm down. Because even when your mouth starts to calm down, even from the heat of your mouth, even as time passes, you will start to still feel like some tightness here and there. Because there are moments, even though it's been March 18th since I've gotten my last retightening, but there are still moments where I feel pressure on my teeth, like when my mouth is closed and real, like y'all know what I'm saying, when the heat is when your mouth is closed, you're not talking, it's a little hot in there sometimes, you know, so that heat starts to activate those wires. So just making sure I have some water with me is something that I try to do as well. So we talked about pain, we talked about eating. The pain for me, it hurt. It was a 12 out of 10. It hurt. Eating, I would recommend soft diet. Like I mean a real soft diet for the first 4 days. 4 days. I would say first 3 to 4 days, soft diet, like very soft foods, and then gradually incorporate the foods that you eat on a regular into your diet, and that'll help you like just really get, back where you need to be as well. So my orthodontist, my next appointment is actually this month. My orthodontist has me coming every 5 to 6 weeks. The typical average is 6 to 8 weeks that you would go back and visit your orthodontist, but I usually go 5 to 6 weeks. We didn't talk about what is going to happen with this upcoming appointment. I think it's going to be another tightening, of course, getting my rubber bands changed, getting a new color. I'm thinking about orange. That's another thing too, like that I actually enjoy about braces. At least they can look a little cute. You know, you can pick your own colors. You can do more than one color, multiple colors, as many as you want. It doesn't matter. I did the turquoise blue and like kind of green this time. I thought it was really cute, but I think I'm gonna go with orange. So I'm actually supposed to go in a week or 2. I think another week, the week after next is when my next appointment is, but I'm supposed to go and get a tightening. I think during that next appointment, I am going to ask about rubber bands. I'm not sure if I'm in the rubber band stage just yet. I think it's like the second phase of braces. When I was researching, there are like 3 phases of braces, like that first initial phase of just getting the braces on, getting your tightness, making sure you have great hygiene and different things like that. But I think for my next appointment that we may be doing the rubber bands or talking about the rubber bands is something I'm definitely going to be asking on my next appointment, because when I went in for my consultation, my orthodontist wanted to start me off with the expander first, because my top jaw is more narrow than my bottom. So they needed my top jaw to expand so that it would help in correcting my bite, because I have a cross bite. And initially they want the top to come out a little further and overlap the bottom. So that's typically like your average normal bite. But they wanted to put she wanted to put in an expander first before she even started with the braces to get used to it. I did not want to try the expander. I don't think I'm set up for the expander life. So with the deal that I made with my orthodontist was is that if the rubber bands and the braces don't correct the issue that we need to correct in the course of my treatment, then we may have to consider putting the expander in. I don't want the expander because you have to put it in the roof of the mouth and take the key and turn it every so often. I don't want that. I'm so scared of that. I'm just scared of how it's gonna cut up my mouth and the sores and things. Like how I'm gonna eat clean. Like that's just a lot of metal. This is enough metal for me. I don't need any more metal and wiring in my mouth other than what I have now. So I'm definitely going to ask about rubber bands and when will my next, when will it become, what phase am I in, and when will we start with the rubber bands? Because I do know that rubber bands are going to be a part of my treatment plan, because like I said, with my bite, we're trying to correct it. I have a crossbite, so we're just trying to correct the narrowness of the top jaw versus the bottom. I can tell that with my face, it's starting to change. Like the shape of my face is even kind of starting to change. Like I always kind of felt like one was kind of lopsided, and then I feel like it's due to my crossbite. Like I felt like it was kind of like that, but now I feel like everything is kind of just straightening itself up and just getting proportion the way that it needs to be. So I definitely think braces has really been a game changer for me. It's definitely with my face shape, alignment, bite, everything. My teeth have straightened out so much, and in such a short amount of time. So like I said, I've had braces since January 27th, so I'm almost 3 months in, and I've seen such a significant change in my teeth. Like they're starting to shift and shape out the way that they're supposed to be. And there's another thing I wanted to touch on before we end the video, because we're coming up on 17 minutes. I don't want this video to be too long. I do want to talk a little bit about oral hygiene, and I also want to tell you guys, I do have to get a root canal. I want to tell you guys, I think I might do a separate video on that experience, like getting a root canal with braces, because that's something that I really looked up and couldn't find a whole lot of videos on and a lot of information about, like how they do it. So I do want to document my experience and tell you guys how I have to go about doing it, because especially with braces, like, you know, normal root canal, person without braces, I see a ton of videos of that, but with braces, I didn't see a lot of videos, and I wanted to talk about that because I couldn't find a lot of information. And apparently getting root canals and different dental procedures with braces is more common than I thought. This is my first experience with braces. This is my first time, so there's a lot of things I'm learning as I go. And I want to just put the information out so that a lot of you guys can go ahead and have it in case you have to go through these things when you get braces, like if you're deciding or whatever the case may be. But I will definitely do a video about that. I promise you guys I will. So last but not least, I do want to talk about oral hygiene. So typically I brush my teeth in the morning and at night. So I brush my teeth twice a day. When I first got my braces, I was OD in brushing my teeth. Like after every meal, after every little thing that I ate, I was brushing my teeth. I think I was brushing my teeth about 4 or 5 times a day. 5 to 6, 4 to 5 at least times a day I was brushing my teeth. And the reason I say I was OD because I felt I would stop eating as much because I was like, oh man, I'm gonna have to brush my teeth again. Like I was just brushing my teeth like so much. And it's good. It's good to have those habits. It is. But I find that even me brushing my teeth twice a day, it works just as well and efficiently, because I'm making sure that I'm really getting in there and I'm doing a thorough clean. And I brush my teeth. I'm standing in the mirror for a long time. Like I start off with oil pulling. Oil pulling is something that I've incorporated into my oral hygiene routine. Really, when I water floss, I'm telling y'all, when I got my water flosser, it was a game changer. It does not take the place of the original flossing for me. I know some people that said they just completely threw out their original flosses because they're the water floss, it works for them. I find that after I water floss and I go back in with the regular floss, there are some times, not every single time, there are some times that I still find some food residue on the floss pick. So what the water flosser didn't get, the original pick went behind and get it. And I'll just go through again, like with my water flosser once more, just to be sure. Triple check, triple check, triple check. Have to make sure that I'm getting all the food, all the debris, everything out of my teeth. So sometimes I don't use the original flosses. I'm not gonna say I use them every day. I'm gonna be honest, I don't use them every day, but I do use my water flosser every day, twice a day. I always use my water flosser. It's been a game changer in my oral hygiene routine. It's something that I would recommend 10 out of 10. Go and keep it on. Even if you don't have braces, but I feel like it's really beneficial when you do have braces because it's so hard to clean and you can miss some things and they get stuck up in the brackets and everything. That's why I really try to take my time, do my due diligence so that when I go to my orthodontist, then I get a good report as far as the health of and cleaning of my braces. And it also benefits me because a particular orthodontist office that I go to, they give us reward points. They have a reward system that I am a part of and I signed up on. So when you have like good oral hygiene, no broken brackets, no broken wires, different things like that, then you get points for doing a great job at taking care of your braces, taking care of, this is your smile that you're investing in. So you want to get your money's worth. Braces are expensive. They cost a fortune. No, they don't cost a fortune, but they are expensive. But luckily, there are financial plans that will help. You can make monthly payments. That's something that I do because I just don't have it like that. I make financial payment plans, financial payments on my braces for every month, and it's very affordable for me and my budget, which is why I waited this long to get braces because I knew I needed them for a long time, but I wanted to wait until I was in a more comfortable position to be able to afford them and to be able to pay for them. So you're investing in your smile. Dental work is not cheap. Even like the basic dental needs that you go get your deep cleanings, if you're getting an extraction, root canals, whatever the case may be, implants, like things like that, they cost money. So just take care of your teeth now. Something that I wish I would have known, not that I have horrible hygiene. I would always brush on my teeth and everything like that, but going to see your dentist regularly can change and save you a lot of money in the end, and then you won't have a lot of dental work in the teeth. I typically brush my teeth, like I said, twice a day. Morning when I wake up, and then at night before I go to bed. So I just want to make sure that I wake up with a clean mouth and go to sleep with a clean mouth. So make sure you do your due diligence with your oral hygiene. And that's another thing too. I'm glad I did mention about costs and things like that. They vary. And also Invisalign is another teeth straightening option, which is expensive as well. So if you're kind of on the fence, I know that's one of the common questions on the internet is Invisalign or braces. Like, how did you choose? Like, what did you do? I think I'll do a separate video on that as well because that I could talk about for longer than the few minutes that I have left on this video. So I would like to, if you guys want to see that video, let me know. Let me know if you guys do want to see that, how I made my decision to go with the traditional braces versus Invisalign. I need to get back more consistent with you guys. I've just moved and I have an apartment warming party coming up in a couple weeks as well. So I have so much I can get content on. I'm gonna try to get all that content for you guys and put it out there for you. But between moving and trying to get this place together, it's been busy. It's taking up a lot of time and work as well. So I've just been really trying to make sure that I get everything good for y'all, everything right for y'all, so that you guys enjoy the content. But I think I am gonna do a video once everything is done. I may do like an apartment tour. I'm still thinking about that. I don't know. I'm definitely gonna get footage of the apartment party and things like that, but I don't know if I want to do a tour yet. Things just aren't quite how I want them to be, and I only have a couple weeks to get them where they need to be. And out coming up, dental, more dental work. So it's a lot of stuff that's coming up on me, and I have just a little window of time to get everything done. But I'm definitely gonna give you guys some videos this week, some shorts, and also a weekly vlog. But I wanted to film this video because I have been saying I have episode 2 of my race journey. I got some. So here it is. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you come back for another one. Bye.